Hello everyone, I am Spencer Newton, and I have autism. Well, actually, Asperger's. It's more of a milder form of autism. In other words, it's on the high end of the spectrum for you geeks. Anyway, I'm here to talk about some things and get them off my chest because I honestly think they're important. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm 17, and my obsessions happen to be Winnie the Pooh, My Little Pony, and Care Bears. And I just love those to death. I mean, just be pretty boring without them. And this is, you know what? I can't think of what to say, but rather than tell you, look at my bed. These are all my friends. Well, except for this one that I don't think, well, and this one, and all of these around here on the shelf, on the bed railing, I would guess. Over here, you can see, I mean, over there on the shelf, the dresser, God. And as you can see, I've got all the other stuff way back here. It's all in boxes, by the way. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this yet, but yeah, that about covers it. Anyway, I'm here to get some subjects off my chest. I know you all want me to join your group, and I am welcome. I really want to. I've been wanting to ever since I heard about it. But, yep. Anyway. I'm here. The main reason I'm on this video is because I'm here to talk about some hard subjects that I think this world it's... In other words, what I'm trying to say is there are some things in this world that are so upside down that it is ridiculous. Or, as my buddy Tigger would say, ridiculous. Anyway, like I stated before, I have no friends. Okay, well, I don't mean it like that. I mean, I have a few friends on Facebook, but they're mainly Winnie the Pooh fans and bronies. And in case you didn't know, brony means male fan of My Little Pony. So, I'm also here to talk about some, can't get my head straight. Anyway, we need the couple of friends that I do have on Facebook. I have one really good, I'm not going to name names. Well, should I? I don't know, but I have one really good friend named Betty. She's got a little, well, she has a little autism, but she's mainly transgender, and a lot of people, including her own family, have disowned her over that, and that just breaks my heart. Really good friend of mine, someone I can actually relate to. Then I got my buddy, Herbie. Had a tough childhood. He didn't have a dad, just like me. Well, we both had dads, they just were never there. Plus, his brother died when he was a teenager, and to make matters worse, he got some pretty harsh punishments. I'm talking eating soap, drinking hot sauce, and getting hit or spanked. Which brings me to the next subject. Spanking. It's not right, people. I'm sorry to say. Look, for some of you, I understand, if you grew up any time in the 1900s through 1999, I guess it's somewhat acceptable because your parents did it to you, but come on, people, it's 2019. It's less than a year till we get to 2020 now, and yet this type of punishment is still happening. And there's some fallacies behind it, like even in the legal system in the United States, where it's illegal for a man to hit a woman, which would be considered assault or abuse, but yet it's legal for a man to hit his child as punishment. And another thing that really boils me, if you're spanking and you're trying to teach kids not to hit people when you're angry. That's one of the first lessons we try to teach our kids. Never use your hands out of anger. But yet, parents are trying to teach that, but they're out there hitting their kids with belt, spoon, shoes, you name it. Which also brings up another point. We also try to teach our kids not to have unreasonable fears of, like, objects or certain dolls. But anyway, my point is this type of punishment should have stopped a long time ago. And those who think it is also okay to use soap and hot sauce, well, I'm here to tell you that's not right either. And it's way dangerous than spanking, because the soap has chemicals in it that can really harm your child. And the capsaicin is so high in hot sauce it can cause permanent damage in the esophagus. I'm not kidding about this. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours about this one subject, but it's not right. In all fairness, there's a better way to discipline your kids, and that's by being calm and sitting them down, getting down on their level, not being mean, firm but calm, and just plain talking to them why they did was bad. But if needed, you can do a timeout, because that is actually, not only is it a better punishment, but it works better too, because the more the child sits in timeout, the more dull it will become, and they just won't want to act up anymore, you know? Yeah, I mean, but you have to do it for like a minute per age. I mean, when I was 3, they were sitting me in timeout for 5 minutes. I should have been sitting for 3, but what am I going to do now? Anyway, another, you know, I just, there's a lot about this subject that I don't like. And not only that, but certain TV shows have been banned because it had it in it. I don't know if anybody knows, but there's this kid show, which was a millennial in the 2000s, called Pingu. I guess I would say it's Japanese, but something, it's like Japanese, but the animation is like produced in Europe. Anyway, there were a couple episodes that got banned in the US and other countries because they were considered controversial, because one of them, Pingu's dad slapped him, and the other one, Pingu's mom put him over her knee and spanked his butt, and then he, of course, ran away. But you can see why they were banned. Not like Caillou's crossword. Okay, that was banned because of the word stupid, and, you know, you don't want 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds saying that, but it's not the worst of words. I mean, still, you just got to say it in the right context for it not to be bad. At least he didn't say retarded, because that would have really, really boiled. And I know if people want to beat Caillou's ass, but I'm sorry. And I know they think their parents is lazy, but spanking's lazy parenting. It shows that the parent has no patience to deal with their own child. You know, out of frustration and anger, they hit, and that crap, like, it's gonna hurt me, then more it's gonna hurt you. Bullshit. And I'm sorry to use that explicit, you know what I mean. Okay, subject change. It's time for my next boiling subject. Common Core. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I just had to do that. Anyway, Common Core is designed to make you fail. I was doing actually, I was doing algebra in 2nd through 4th grade, but when they implemented the Common Core stuff on me in 6th and 7th, I just went downhill from there, and now I'm failing in my one math class I need to pass high school, and if I don't get a higher grade than an F, I'm not going to graduate this year. And the fact is, there was this one problem that was so stupid, it was math for pussies. And I usually don't use that word often, but really, it was. So, the problem was, this. You may have seen it on the internet already. It's like a 3rd or 2nd grade little boy's paper. And the question is asking him, tell how to make 10 when you get 8 plus 5. So the little boy, naturally, boy or girl, writes, you cannot make 10 with 8 plus 5, which is totally true. But then the teacher writes, yes, you can. Take 2 from 5 and add it to 10, and you get 8 plus 2 is 10. Then add 3. You can't just say, I'm going to take 2 from 5 and make 10. No, you can't. If it were 8 plus 5 minus 3, then it wouldn't look stupid. And I give my, that was one of my friends, Betty friends at one of my friends, Betty's friends, pointed that out to me, and I cold-heartedly agree. And here's how I view Common Core. If Winnie the Pooh has 15 honey pots and Twilight Sparkle has 7 books, how many let me start over. Oh, sorry. If Winnie the Pooh has 15 books and Twilight Sparkle... Start over again. If Winnie the Pooh has 15 honey pots and Twilight Sparkle has 7 books, how many of Applejack's apples are needed to cover Piglet's rug? Care Bears, because SpongeBob doesn't live at Mickey Mouse's clubhouse. And that, my friends, is my view on Common Core. And not only to say this, even though I'm into the stuff I'm into, I just gotta say, I'm way more mature in my age. I'm not out trying to chase girls or get some or having girls text me like, I want your thing. Okay? Okay, I'll admit, I have looked at some naughty My Little Pony pictures before that were... But that doesn't even come close to what other kids my age are doing. I mean... And another factor is I'm honestly afraid I'll either be rejected or I won't be accepted if I ever get a girlfriend, because I'm just afraid that, I'm just going to get disowned and all this over what I'm into. And I mean, it's just a lot for me to think about at 17. The only girls or girlfriends I need are ponies. And I'm sorry, it's sad, but you know what? I'd rather have waifus or, in other words, fake girlfriends than real ones who will dump your butt and break your heart. But these guys will always be here, Still, it's sad. I spend most of my days coming from school most days, and I sit down, I get on the computer, search for new items, Winnie the Pooh, pony, all that. Wait for Mom to get home. Some days we go to Walmart and stuff, and I like to check clearance for pony stuff. And I do like to go to this store in town called The Shed, which has like really good Winnie the Pooh collectibles, but real girls, I don't think they want to do that with me. But I remember when my mom told me, you never know, so I'm not going to predict anything, but I'm only 17. I've got a lot of years to worry. And although I'm almost an adult, I'll be an adult in about 5 months, and I'll be 18, but right now I'm still a kid, basically. That's how I view myself. I don't have time for girls, although... I've seen some cute girls at my school, but it's too much for me to handle. It's not that I don't want to, it's too much. And speaking of another thing, I'm not gonna do unsafe sex. I'm never gonna have do drugs or drink because my addictions are certainly safer. Well, I wouldn't call them addictions, but I really don't want to use obsessions either. It's just one of those things where you try to find the right word to describe something, but yeah, you know what I mean. Plus, this stuff is more fun anyway, and juice and tea taste a lot better than alcohol. So yeah. Well, in case you haven't noticed, get ready to shut this off, but I put on one of my favorite Winnie the Pooh shirts just for the occasion. Would have put on my new Princess Luna jacket, but I didn't want to sweat it up. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching this. I thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate this. And I would appreciate if you would add me to the group because there's some things that need to be taken care of. So, and I don't want to have to be, if we go into 2020 and parents are still hitting the kids, I don't want to have to be one of the most hated memes on the internet, that guy with the big block that says, okay, it's time to stop. I don't want to be that guy. I just want to end it before it spirals into out of control. And I didn't mention this earlier, but that whole hot sauce thing didn't start until the early 2000s when I was growing up. And I know one kid that got it, and he actually hid the hot sauce bottle from his mom. And I was like 5 years old at the time, but that's just one thing I've got great long-term memory. But that's even more dangerous than spanking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it's safer than soap, but it's more... it can still hurt. I just hate it that parents have to come up with pain for punishment. I don't think it's just not acceptable in today's society. Absolutely not. But I can't blame my grandmother for her believing in it because she grew up in the 40s and 50s. There were no timeouts until Dennis the Menace came along, I guess, but and before I get off, I do want to tell you one last story. I think it was the day before New Year's Eve, we were taking my 4-year-old cousin home, and she wouldn't get in the car, so Grandma says, follow me. We're going to go get Corey and have him go get the belt. I don't remember exactly like that, but anyway, walked outside. We were getting the car ready. I turned to my grandmother and said, give me 5 minutes. And what I did, I went in there, talked to her, got on her level, and she was hiding under the little Winnie the Pooh table, so that was her level at the moment. Got down, talked calmly, and explained to her why she had to go home and that she would be coming back, which she did a couple weeks ago, but she got really sick, poor baby. But 5 minutes later, like I said, we walked out. She was holding my hand, and I made a deal with her. She got her car seat. She could use Nana's phone, and, it was perfect from there, and there was none of that needed. I just think that when you threaten stuff like that, it will cause the kids to push your limits. That's exactly what they want you to do, so I try to use a little reverse psychology, so... All right, I've talked for almost 20 minutes here. So, thank you again for taking the time to actually listen to me. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. All right. Well, I'm going to do something fun for you before it hits the 20. I'm going to do my impressions of some characters. Try to guess who they are. Hey, Bert. What's up, Bert? How you doing, Bert? I'm Ernie. Hi. I'm Princess Celestia. I can raise a son, but I'm Tigger. Boing, boing, boing. Hi, Elmo's Elmo. Elmo knows where you live. Okay. That's enough. Thank you so much. Okay. I mean, I can't stay in this because the video will take too long to upload if I stay on any longer. So, peace out and hope your day. I hope you don't have an Eeyore day tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye. Ooh, whatever. I'm not going to try to say goodbye and finish. Bye. Goodbye. Love you all. Thanks.